Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back for another video. It's been quite a while. This video, I just wanted to explain to you guys what's been going on, why I've been kind of MIA, what you guys can expect moving forward. Just to talk about this past year, 2024, it honestly kind of flew by really quickly. A lot of stuff had changed, like in the beginning of the year, a lot of cool stuff has happened. For example, just in terms of just YouTube stuff, the way that I shot my videos was completely different in terms of the recipe videos. I went from talking all the time during my videos to doing the voiceovers, and after doing it for about 2 years, I finally feel like I found my rhythm making videos, and I've learned how the logistics of it works, how to schedule a shoot time and how to edit things a little more efficiently, all that kind of stuff. And it was really cool to see that development of just watching some of my first videos I made into videos that I've recently posted. And then on top of that, I started off being in Austin for the first 2 months, helping out at LML as they were opening up their new brick and mortar, with just being able to bring you guys along for the journey, showing you guys behind the scenes stuff. Really after that, I came back home. The really cool thing that happened was being able to make videos with Chef Steps this year. I don't know about you guys, but for me, Chef Steps was one of those YouTube channels that I grew up watching since I was younger. And when I was really starting to get into food and cooking and different techniques, that was always a channel that I was looking at. And the fact that I got to work with them and travel to do that kind of stuff was super cool. Felt validated in my ability to not only make better videos, I don't think my videos are the best, but at that time, at least the knowledge and skill that I have was able to be translated and be able to shown through video to a point where guys like them asked me if I want to do something. So in the beginning of the year, it was great. Felt like I was on track, but there was also moments where I was like, this is a lot of work and I don't know what the end goal was going to be. Do I want to make YouTube videos forever? When you're making YouTube videos, especially the types of videos that I make, I have to shoot the video, then I have to write the script, and then I have to do the voiceover for it, then I have to put the voiceover on top of the video. And in all honesty, to me, it was just too much myself, too much seeing myself, too much writing what I'm going to say, too much hearing what I'm saying when I'm editing videos, and I missed working with people. But at that time, I was also like, there's a little bit of momentum with YouTube right now, and then I want to continue that, and I want to maximize on those opportunities. Unfortunately, I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily something that I didn't expect, but this past summer, my grandpa passed away on the 4th of July. I knew that it was my first big loss in my life, a close family member of mine. It made me pause, think about what it is that I really wanted to do, that I wanted to invest my time into. And it also was just in a time where there's a lot of other things going on in my personal life besides that, that just weren't working. After everything that I had just talked about being so great and so good in the beginning of the year, just something just turned, and it seemed like I was taking L's left and right, and it was just stacking up, and just didn't feel comfortable putting myself on video. A lot of work without a lot of return, in my opinion, at that time. And then also just feeling really lost in what I want to do, because I didn't really want to continue making videos forever. It just felt like I either needed to push through or I needed to take a break. And for me, I didn't want to close any doors, so I decided to just take a break. During that time when I wasn't shooting videos, I still wanted to be connected with things that I was working with. So I did some collabs with some buddies of mine. I did a couple stages at some restaurants just to see, do I have the chops to even work in a kitchen that's not a barbecue restaurant? I've said this many times, me stepping into a regular kitchen is way different. Just like people who work on on the line and they try to jump into barbecue, that translation doesn't always work. It was cool, and I really enjoy that type of challenge, but I was really leaning towards jumping back in the kitchen just because, man, YouTube is so much harder than I think most people anticipate. I'll just speak from my own experience. I love cooking and I love teaching, and I figured that jumping into YouTube to show you guys how I like to do things is the answer where it brings all these things together. And in some sense it is, for sure. But the more and more I work with other people who make content for a living as well, and the ones who are successful at it, there's no doubt in my mind or their mind that this is a thing that they want to do. And for me, as much as I enjoy it and I have fun with it, I don't love it as much as these other people do. One guy that always comes to mind when I think about that type of idea and excitement is Guga. Like Guga, I've talked to him a few times, and he's one person that is just like, this is it. This is all I want to do, and I love doing it, and it allows me to take care of other people, allows me to build his thing that he has now, and it was inspiring, in all honesty. But then there was also a moment for me to pause and to self-reflect and to realize, like, yeah, I don't think that's exactly what I want to do forever, because I feel like with YouTube there are certain things that I don't really care to do. In the last 2 years, it's been really awesome to have opportunities to have sponsors for my videos, but there's a lot of sponsorships that I also reject because I don't really care to sell people's products that I don't care about. It is not necessarily a smart thing to do for me. At the end of the day, I need to make money, and I wasn't making enough money doing YouTube. The other thing about cooking videos, it's different than videos like this where I'm just talking or I'm reacting to something. Every single cooking video you make, the cost of making that video is much higher. If you guys saw my picanha video, I showed you guys one way to do something. I wasn't really happy the way it turned out, and so I redid it. And even though that retake of that video was maybe only the last 3 minutes of the video, the cost of the video was double because I decided to remake it because I was unhappy with it. And the thing that I love about cooking is not just making something on the spot because it's a good idea, because it will get clicks and things like that. I like working on a recipe multiple times until it's something that I really love and I'm excited about sharing, which would mean if I did that for every video, the cost to make a cooking video that I want to really test the recipe, it's just so much higher than I would ever think it should be. And I try to do that with a couple of my videos. Some of them do well and others don't. And when the ones that don't do well, continuously not doing well, and it really does feel like a punch in the gut, and it makes you question, whether or not you want to keep doing it. And I definitely had so many of those moments. As you guys can see, I am not in my typical setting that I'm usually in, whether it's in my kitchen or my backyard. Right now, I am actually in New Jersey because I have recently accepted a job to be technically the sous chef of a Hill Country barbecue market in Manhattan. In the beginning of this year, it started off great, and I had just one of the most difficult periods of my life in the last couple months, and I just felt like I needed a really big change. I love a good challenge, and I love an opportunity to prove that everything that I've been doing up to this point matters and has meant something, and that it can continue to grow and be something bigger. The very first time I sold barbecue was out of my backyard in 2015. It's crazy to think it's almost been a decade since I've been doing barbecue, not just for myself or just in my backyard for fun. And I realized that I've been doing this for almost 10 years. I've had the highest highs and some of the lowest lows, in terms to just kind of where I feel like I fit in all of this, and where I feel like I can contribute in all of this, and where I feel like I want to do great things with it, and also moments where I'm like, I'm done, I don't want to do this anymore. But to think that almost 10 years ago, I was just selling, 3 or 4 briskets out of my backyard, then moving to Texas to work in some of the best barbecue restaurants at Terry Black's, at Truth, at Leroy and Lewis, and then having opportunities to consult and help other people with their business, to travel across the country, to cook with other people, and also just being able to make this YouTube channel where I can share, my personal journey with barbecue and teach other people what I know, and just being able to pay it forward because I learned from so many great people. That to me, when I think about 10 years and the highs and the lows, it's like, yeah, it makes sense. And now, after 10 years, just thinking about, if I were to summarize where I'm now, it's like I am a Korean kid from Chicago that's cooking Texas barbecue in New York. Like, that is a wild story, and that is I don't know, something that I would never have even thought or put into, like, that sentence I would never be able to put into words until now. And it's taken 10 years to like have it make sense. And so with that being said, what does that mean for this YouTube channel and for you guys? Does that mean that I'm going to stop making YouTube videos? No. This opportunity is giving me a chance to make more videos, because one of the things that I asked my bosses if they were okay with, because I thought it would be pretty cool, is to shoot videos like I did for Leroy and Lewis, but to do it here. And I prefer to make videos like this rather than just cooking videos, because I like that it's raw and it's authentic, and it really is. There's no acting, there's no swaps, there's no anything like that. It is what it is, and I love that aspect of it. But the one thing that I can't promise is videos weekly. It might be every 2 weeks, maybe even less, just because I want to take this job seriously. There's a lot of things that I need to learn, and also to being in New York, I think it's one of those cool experiences of like going on like food tours and checking out spaces. And even though people think like, well, that's not barbecue, like why would you put that in a barbecue YouTube channel? But I think there was a quote from Jiro Dreams of Sushi. It's that documentary of that the sushi restaurant in Japan, and one quote that always sticks with me is, in order to make good food, you have to eat good food. Even though this is just barbecue, if you can't think about barbecue while you're eating different types of food, I think your idea of barbecue is way too small. To me, those are the moments where I get more inspired to do more barbecue. I don't really get more inspired to do barbecue by eating more barbecue, because so much of it now is just way too similar that I feel like it dampers down that aspirational aspect of what I think barbecue can be in the future. So that's what's been going on the last couple months and why I have been gone. And I hope you guys can understand that. And I appreciate there's so many new people on this YouTube channel who have just started watching like older videos and things like that. So that was really cool to see. So, I was really excited to finally get here to shoot this video so I can share with you guys what to expect moving forward. I'll be starting my first day in less than a week, and I'm super excited to see what we can do. I'm fully expecting myself to be challenged in the same way I'm going to challenge other people too, to make sure that we're all on the same page and that we can make this place as good as it possibly can during the time that I'm there, and leave enough of an impact that, if I do eventually leave, that it's just a well-oiled machine. And yeah, super excited. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I know that was a lot. Looking forward to sharing more with you guys. But with that being said, if you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next one.